Haruki car 76.
Painter and Dekker, one of them would definitely get to 12 in any scenario. I think we can safely say she's there already, but yeah, we might see a more relaxed Makuru. Will that result in better performance?
Game shot on the fourth flag.
Haruki
Muramatsu.
Because we've had 4 breaks of throw now. Stuck with his plan. Double 18, having to move. Could see that there was a little bit of flight in the way there, and it caught it. Double 9. Oh,
game
good
shot
dart.
on the sixth flag.
Dekker forces a last leg decider in what could be a crucial match.
Haruki car 60.
Well, for a win that would see him tie at the top of the table, it's been a tension-filled game. But
Game
Haruki
shot on the match.
Muramatsu has
Haruki
got that win,
Muramatsu.
and he does take that step towards the top. Level on points now with Andreas Harrison, but Dekker, maybe that will mean it's a battle for Group B for the Sheriff. Muramatsu takes the spoils in that one, and that makes things very, very interesting for the man who's trying to chase down Andreas Harrison, who takes on Mikuru Suzuki next. So double top for the Swede.
Game shot on the second leg. Andreas Harrison.
For Harrison, no trouble at all on the doubles.
Andreas car 157.
Got a grip on the game thanks to that maximum. He's second in it. Treble 19. Double top.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Andreas Harrison stamps his authority on this group. A fabulous finish from the Super Swede at the Super Series, with a match-winning double in his sights. But Mikuru Suzuki is going to get one to save the match, provided she hits a single 17. Which she only just does. For a dart at tops,
42.
and it's over the top,
Andreas
and it could be
car
over.
16.
Double 4.
Game
This
shot on the
time,
match. Andreas
Harrison nails it, and he gets the better of Mikuru Suzuki. In a really decent darting duel, that one. Harrison needed to answer Haruki Muramatsu's victory over Dekker in the first match, and he did, but not without some trouble that Mikuru Suzuki caused him in the first half of that game. The 157 turned the tables, and Harrison picked up the points that put him back too clear at the top of the table. Coming next is a first look today at Chris Wickenden and the artist, Kevin Painter. Chris Wickenden can take a step towards bettering his chances here.
Game shot on the fourth flag. Chris Wickenden.
Kevin Painter wants to stay alive in the race for winning Group A.
Well, he loves double 16, but double 19 is probably a good double for him as well. So, a really nice decision to make for Chris Wickenden. That's not what he wanted. If he missed, he wanted to be below to build on it, but instead he does get a go at that side of the board.
22.
Fails to find it.
Kevin
Painter breathes again.
40.
He approached that double like Michael van Gerwen that time when he was getting very aggressive. He was flexing shoulders and...
Luke Humphries, wasn't it? Yeah.
Game shot on the
Against
sixth
Luke
flag.
Humphries.
Kevin Painter.
Yeah, I remember that. That was brilliant.
Chris car 143.
Because Chris Wickenden is on a finish, so it may not matter that Painter has left himself very handy in this last leg. It may not matter at all. It might not matter one little bit.
Game
and he's
shot on the
done it
match.
to
Chris
Painter
Wickenden.
again. He turns around, having taken out the big finish. It was a 156 table turner yesterday. It's a 143 winner today. Painter waiting on 50 when Chris Wickenden took out that fabulous 143 finish. I could go through all the stats, but that's the story of the game. And the next game is Dekker against Mikuru Suzuki. Well, she's 2 from 2 on doubles.
Game shot on the fourth flag. Mikuru Suzuki.
Mikuru Suzuki is on the march.
Mikuru car
straight.
87.
You'll get at least a dart at the bullseye.
She gets better than that. She gets 2, double 18. She's only missed once. That was the one.
51.
But now she's missed 2.
Koduka,
Having been
52.
3 out of 3 before that visit. 2 darts on the wire. And this match, as a result, may go to the wire.
Game shot on the 6th leg. Dekker.
All square.
Koduka, 76. Game shot on the match.
That is a win for Dekker. Mikuru Suzuki threatened, produced some brilliant stuff in the early part of that encounter, but Dekker has claimed it. A 4-3 victory for him, and a victory with an average of 92, 4 out of 5 on the finishing, which was brilliant from the pair of them in that game, but 2 missed by Suzuki to seal it, and Dekker managed to do the damage. He now moves on to 12 points, into 3rd place in the table. So the question is asked of Kevin Painter, who takes on top spot chasing Haruki Muramatsu next.
That's exactly what we'll be thinking in this situation right now, as Muramatsu gets 2 darts for the match.
$87.
This is 2 darts for the
Kevin
match.
Painter, 25.
Painter to stop this losing streak of 8 consecutive legs.
Game shot on the
And
4th
double
leg.
eight does
Kevin
it for
Painter.
Kevin Painter. And you can see what he thinks about it. Not tempted. And that's why
Game shot in the match.
Muramatsu
Haruki
wins the
Muramatsu.
match. A 4-1 success against Kevin Painter, who turned up the speed, picked up the pace during that match, and it started to work for Kevin Painter. But 16 darts missed at double for the artist put paid to his chances of turning it around, and Muramatsu, after a 4-0 win yesterday in this fixture, gets a 4-1 win today and turns up the pressure on the league leader, Andreas Harrison, who takes on Chris Wickenden after the break.
Andreas Harrison, 68.
He likes to go treble 12 on this equation. So he can leave himself on double 16, which
Game
he
shot on the
hits
3rd leg.
to take the lead in
Andreas
this match.
Harrison.
Muramatsu
Andreas
at arm's
Harrison,
length.
20.
It could be a damaging defeat for Chris Wickenden as well. And it would be advantage Dekker in the race for 3rd place. Is it advantage Andreas Harrison still
Game
in the
shot
race
on
for
the match.
1st place?
Andreas
Indeed
Harrison.
it is. The Swede succeeds. He wins 4-1 against Chris Wickenden. And Dirty Harrison continues his charge to finals night. He moves clear at the top of the table once again by a couple of points. Not his best performance by any stretch of the imagination. Simple but effective. And he is the man to catch at the top of the table. As I mentioned, that defeat for Wickenden harms his chances of 3rd place. Dekker and Kevin Painter, the other 2 in that race, are coming up next.
Look at 80.
That puts pressure on Painter. He's been going this route. He's over the top. Another. Oh,
Game
brilliant
shot on
from
the
Kevin
2nd leg.
Painter.
Kevin Painter.
Fabulous finish. 2 in tops. A 2nd, and he might be taken out of the race for 3rd. Dekker looking at double 12. Looking at double 6. And
18.
for once,
Kevin 40.
Painter gets the rub of the green. But can he find the red to force a deciding leg? Good guide. Delicious dart for Kevin Painter. Can't miss.
Game shot on the 6th
And it
leg.
is all
Kevin
square
Painter.
at 3-3. Treble 20. Not found. Double 18 twice. Oh, he's gone tops for double 16. And
Game
Kevin
shot in
Painter
the
has
match.
pulled
Kevin
it
Painter.
off. He can't quite believe it. But twice in this match, he's gone double-double. An unorthodox route in the end there for Kevin Painter. But it was the route that won him the match. 6 if she needs them.
Game shot in the match.
2.
Mikuru Suzuki.
And now she has 2 wins. Mikuru Suzuki with a 4-1 success against Chris Wickenden. She beats Wickenden 4-1 and she picks up a 2nd win of the week. Coming next, it's a big one. Haruki Muramatsu against Andreas Harrison.
Andreas
3 legs.
120.
That'd be good enough to keep him still top of the table and favourite. To go on and win this Group A.
Game shot on the second leg. Andreas
He seems to be
Harrison.
playing free and easy at the moment, and it's a far cry from the Haruki Muramatsu we've seen so far. Andreas Harrison has left exactly what he wanted. He's got Haruki Muramatsu exactly where he wants him. And
Game
that
shot on the
could
match.
be the
Andreas
double
Harrison.
top that sees Andreas Harrison finish top of the Group A table. The perfect result for him against his closest rival, who he now leads by 4 points. A 4-1 victory, a great performance. Andreas Harrison now is almost there. Last time he was punished by Mikuru Suzuki. And he's punished
shot
again.
On the third leg. Mikuru
Super
Suzuki.
check out by Suzuki. Makuru's left the same finish he took out to win the last leg. The Painter would be well advised to clean this up, which he can. On double 18. In it goes.
Shot on the fourth
Excellent
leg.
reply by Kevin Painter, who breaks straight back with that ton-topping check out.
He's got a shot here, Kevin, at 52.
105. Kevin
the pressure
52.
from Suzuki. He's herself a single dart finish.
This to get the job done. And
Game shot on the
Painter
match. Kevin
picks it
Painter.
off. That is a huge win for Kevin Painter. Good display from Mikuru Suzuki, but it is the artist who has the advantage now in that race for P3. Dekker chasing him down. He takes on Andreas Harrison, who, if he wins the next match, will win the group. And in the match that he needs to win to seal the group, Andreas Harrison is producing his best performance yet. An average of 113.5, and he's on a 9-dart finish.
We're just talking about perfection in
140.
terms of the finish. It might be perfection in terms of the leg.
Oh, Andreas. Well, Dekker went further into one, didn't he? He missed the double.
83.
Andreas Harrison, he wasn't far away from that treble, to his credit. But what a display he's putting on here.
180. Andreas Ricard 58.
The leg from Dekker's not been bad, has it? 140, 140, 180. Didn't even get a go
Andreas
at the
Harrison.
41.
Andreas
Law of
Ricard
averages
40.
suggest Andreas Harrison is going to book the group title.
Double 10. Double 5. And
Game shot in
Andreas
the match.
Harrison is through to finals night here at the Super Series. A fabulous display to seal top spot in Group A. 4-0 win against Dekker, but look at that average, 101.9. 2 of the matches 4-180s, and his finishing has got him through all week. Harrison makes it to finals night. Coming next, Chris Wickenden takes on Haruki Muramatsu. Finished
Haruki 76.
looking like Kevin Painter at the moment, though there could be a little twist and turn between now and the end of the day. But Muramatsu is just
Game shot on the third leg. Haruki Muramatsu.
And I didn't expect this about 4 or 5 minutes ago. Chris Wickenden, a chance to break the throw and take us to a deciding leg. Still on with a single, just 57 points remaining, 17 for tops. Tops to take us all the way.
32.
That was probably the best dart he threw out of the 3, but it's the one that didn't find its target. The Muramatsu can complete the win here and now.
Game shot on the match. Haruki Muramatsu.
Success for Muramatsu. Chris Wickenden condemned to Group C. He'll go there with Mikuru Suzuki. We're yet to decide who else will join him. It'll be Dekker or Kevin Painter. Painter looking to seal a Group B spot if he can beat the Group A winner, Andreas Harrison, next.
Will they be joined by Dekker or Kevin Painter?
Wow.
Game shot on the fifth leg.
Chris Wickenden this week. That's a 1-4-1 to go with a 1-4-3 against Painter. Oh, more than annoyed. Double 7 here. That would please him.
Game shot on the third leg. Kevin Painter.
3 darts at double. Usually only one outcome. And that's it, Andreas. That's in, Paul.
Game shot on the fifth leg. Andreas Harrison.
Comedy moment between the pair of them. 60 for tops for Kevin Painter. Tops. And another.
Game
and that
shot in
is
the
the
match.
way
Kevin
to do
Painter.
it. Kevin Painter finally lets out a celebration. He knew what all that was about. It's twice he's beaten the man who's topped the Group A table. Need 2 more trebles, but going for the 20 if you hit the single, you can't leave the finish. May have been a moot point anyway. Suzuki looking at double 8.
Game shot on the second leg. Mikuro Suzuki.
Another Super Series from Suzuki.
And that was the advantage of having that time. It allowed him to have that sloppy visit. There's going to be no time on this one.
135. Haruki Okada 60.
Wants to get this one 1-4-1. It really is going to have to be now with that improvement on the finishing from Suzuki.
Game shot and the match. Haruki Muramatsu.
He does get the job done. A 4-1 win, the same scoreline that he won when they met first this week on Monday. Haruki Muramatsu, in the end, only finishes 2 points off the top of the table and finishes well as well. An average just under 92, and he signs off with a second success over Suzuki. Coming next, Dekker meets Chris Wickenden. That's raced away after 2 140s. And that's
game shot on the
exhibit
first
A
leg.
for
Dekker
in terms of his credentials. And christened the understacker by the late great Sid Waddell. Double 16.
Game shot on the second leg. Chris Wickenden.
Didn't he, Phil Taylor? Both players have not had the greatest day, but that's the greatest way to end the day for Chris Wickenden. The match's 5th 180, his 3rd.
Game shot in the match. Dekker.
Help him pick up another win. That honour goes to Dekker, who won 2 of his games today. Could not breach the top 3 and book a place in Group B, but he does win his final match of the day. Dekker defeating Chris Wickenden by 4 legs to 3.
Thank you, Chris. So the Group A has come to its culmination now. Matthew Edgar has joined me up here to assess what we've seen. Right, these are the results from today's session. And it really was a day, well, it was full of drama from first start to the last. But that's kind of been the story of the group.
It was never going to be a group that was sort of, well, I say not dominated by one man, but it ended up being done so by Andreas Harrison. It came down to a lot of moments, and that's why Andreas Harrison won this group. He was under pressure quite a lot today. There was a lot of people that pushed him close and really rivaled him, but then he just found a big finish or a well-timed 180. He has been the man to beat.
Well, let's go through the story of Andreas's day then, shall we? We'll begin with the game against Haruki Muramatsu because this was the key game ultimately in the end. We'll begin by having a look at some of the key finishes that he pulled out the fire, and in particular this 120 to open up a 2-0 lead.
That whole game was all about Andreas Harrison. He literally dominated that match, and Muramatsu didn't show up. We bigged that game up as the game all day, and for Muramatsu, it was the only game in the entire day that he didn't perform in. Andreas Harrison came out, he hit the ground running, he dominated it from start to finish, and really had him under pressure from the start.
He kind of showed that willingness that great players have, that when it comes to the crunch, and it matters more than any other, they find that extra gear they need.
And it's easy to do when you're winning like Andreas Harrison has been doing, because it's just a continuation. It just feels a lot easier. You always have that little bit more faith in yourself when you go behind to dig yourself out of that position, because all you know is winning. And that's all he's known while he's been here. Yes, he's lost a couple of games to Kevin Painter, who beat him twice. But when we look at how he's performed in those matches, we can just... I just can't say enough positive things really about Andreas Harrison. That's what I'm finding quite trouble, because I'm trying not to repeat myself constantly here, but he's dominated all the stats. He's had the most 180s, he had the best finish, he had the most tumblers finishers, he's had the highest average of the week. He literally is top of everything, and including the table.
Well, it was the game against Dekker which sealed his place ultimately into Saturday evening's final. A 4-0 victory, comprehensively done as well. There we go, the double 5 sealing the job for the Swede. Against Dekker, who you think could harbour genuine hopes of winning the week.
Yeah, I'm liking what I'm seeing with Dekker. I've not seen him play before. This is new to me. It's new to probably a lot of our viewers, because he does play on the PDC Nordic Baltic Tours. That you get some streamed events, but most of the time this is played behind closed doors. And he's been doing okay. But what I'm seeing from him here is I'm seeing that he's more than okay. He is borderline of being a player. He is doing so much right. He makes a couple of little mistakes, sometimes on the counting, sometimes just missing targets that he's going for when moving around the board. If he can just tighten up a little bit, he's going to be a player.
Well, let's have a look then and see how the final table shapes up in Group A, because we know Andreas Harrison is our first player through to the final on Saturday, but Kevin Painter taking that 3rd spot in the end has had a good day today, and I think there's parts of today where he's going to draw a little confidence going into the rest of the week.
Well, he should do. Whether he does or he doesn't, he should. Certainly when he switched darts, I don't like this setup. I don't like this little flight that he uses, those little triangular red ones. It doesn't work for him. It hasn't worked for him when we practiced together. It certainly didn't work for him there. I don't like the way the dart goes through the air. I don't like the way it lands. I don't like the way he has to throw it so perfectly in order to get the result. As soon as he switched back to what he's used for years and that setup, we got instant results. Will he draw confidence? Only he will know.
So that is how the table shapes up. This is the tournament bracket then. We're at the midway point of our week. The first group has culminated. Andreas Harrison is going to enjoy a couple of days off in and around Portsmouth. And now we're going to split the players up into groups B and C. C is going to be our attention tomorrow. And you look at the list of names in there. That looks absolutely horrid.
It looks open. Who's going to win that? I'm sure we could put this out on social media and we'll get 5 different winners for Group B and 6 different winners for Group C. I don't know if we've got a favourite in here. It's going to be interesting to see what the odds compilers go with. Where do they think the favourite is? They might potentially be looking at Mike Gillett, someone who's been playing a lot of darts on the WF Tour, recently had a semi-final this weekend as well up in Bridlington, and has won a week here before. So on most relevant form, you'd probably pick Mike Gillett out as somebody from the players coming in who could cause a stir.
Be interesting to see. Right, Matt, you're going to be departing us after today. It's been good fun, hasn't it, the last week?
It's been a very interesting week, and I'll be looking forward to the conclusion on Saturday night.
I look forward to working with you again soon. Me and Chris will be with you tomorrow. Hope you can join us as well, 1 o'clock on the YouTube channel. Before then, going live from 3 o'clock on Sporty Stuff TV for all of the action in Group C. As far as Group A is concerned, well, there was just no fault line when it came to Andreas Harrison. He's into the finals.